Welcome to Buenos Aires, Argentina's vibrant capital, a city that seeps into your soul like a shot of Fernet and Coke at 3 in the morning. Forget the glossy brochures, this place is a raw, beautiful mess of contradictions, a city that eats, breathes, and dances with a ferocious passion that's hard to find anywhere else. They call it the Paris of South America, and sure, you'll find grand avenues and ornate facades, but look closer. This is a city that wears its heart on its sleeve, its history etched into every cobblestone street and crumbling building. So if you're tired of the same old tourist traps and crave a city that will grab you by the collar and show you how to truly live, stick around. Here are 10 reasons why Buenos Aires should be your next addiction. Forget the watered-down versions you've seen in movies. Tango in Buenos Aires is a living, breathing entity. It's in the air you breathe, the way couples move together on the street, a silent language spoken with every glance and gesture. Wander down any street in San Telmo after dark and you'll hear the mournful strains of a bandoneon spilling out from a dimly lit bar. Inside, couples move with a grace and intensity that's almost hypnotic. This isn't just a dance, it's a conversation, a story of love, loss, and longing told without a single word. Head to a milonga, a traditional tango club, and you might witness a spontaneous eruption of dance, locals and tourists alike swept up in the rhythm. Here, it's not about perfection, it's about feeling the music, letting it course through your veins. Buenos Aires is a city that wears its past on its sleeve, its history etched into its very architecture. Grand European facades crumble alongside colorful colonial buildings, a testament to a city constantly evolving, reinventing itself. Wander through Recoleta, a neighborhood that whispers of old money and faded grandeur. Parisian-style mansions line the streets, their ornate balconies a reminder of a bygone era. Don't miss the Recoleta Cemetery, a city within a city, where the dead live in extravagant mausoleums, their stories etched in marble and stone. Head south to San Telmo, where cobblestone streets and brightly colored buildings transport you back to the city's colonial past. Antique shops overflow with forgotten treasures and tango music spills out from every doorway. Modern architectural marvels like the Puente de la Mujer, a sleek, rotating pedestrian bridge, stand in stark contrast to the city's historic heart. Forget your diet. Buenos Aires is a city that demands to be savored. This is a city that worships at the altar of good food, where every meal is an excuse to slow down, connect, and indulge. Let's start with the basics. Asado, the Argentine barbecue. Imagine succulent cuts of meat, slow cooked over an open fire until they melt in your mouth. The air thick with the smoky aroma of wood and charcoal. Pair it with a Malbec, Argentina's signature red wine, and you have a meal that will make you want to loosen your belt and surrender to the night. Start your day with a media luna, a flaky buttery croissant, and a café con leche, the strong milky coffee that fuels Buenos Aires. For lunch, grab an empanada, a savory pastry filled with meat, cheese, or vegetables, a perfect on-the-go treat. As the sun sets, head to a parrilla, a traditional Argentine steakhouse, and feast on chorizo morcilla, blood sausage. And of course more steak. Dulce de leche, a creamy caramel sauce, is a national obsession, and you'll find it in everything from alfajores, sandwich cookies, to ice cream. For a more contemporary dining experience, head to Palermo, where trendy restaurants push the boundaries of Argentine cuisine. Buenos Aires isn't just one city, it's a collection of distinct neighborhoods, each with its own personality, its own rhythm. Start your journey in La Boca, a neighborhood that explodes with color. Brightly painted houses line the cobblestone streets, a testament to the Italian immigrants who settled here in the 19th century. Wander down Caminito, a pedestrian street that feels like a living museum, where tango dancers perform for tips and artists sell their wares. For a taste of Buenos Aires' bohemian side, head to San Telmo. Antique shops overflow with forgotten treasures, tango music spills out from every doorway, and on Sundays the Plaza Dorrego comes alive with a sprawling antique market. Palermo is a neighborhood of contrasts, a sprawling district that encompasses everything from leafy parks and upscale boutiques to trendy bars and underground clubs. No matter where you wander in Buenos Aires, you'll find a city that's alive with energy, a place where each neighborhood tells a different story. This city breathes art and culture the way other cities breathe air. Start your cultural immersion at Malba, the Latin American Museum of Buenos Aires. Here you'll find works by Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, and other Latin American masters, a testament to the region's rich artistic heritage. For a taste of Buenos Aires' theatrical heritage, head to Teatro Colón, one of the world's most renowned opera houses. But Buenos Aires' cultural offerings extend far beyond the confines of museums and theaters. This is a city where art spills out onto the streets, where murals transform ordinary buildings into vibrant canvases. Head to neighborhoods like Colegiales and Palermo to witness the city's thriving street art scene, a constantly evolving tapestry of color and social commentary. The sun sets, casting long shadows across the city, but Buenos Aires is just waking up. This is a city that embraces the night, where the real action starts after midnight, and the party doesn't stop until the sun peaks over the horizon. Start your evening with a cocktail at Floreria Atlantico, a speakeasy hidden behind an unassuming flower shop. As the night heats up, head to a milonga, where you can lose yourself in the passionate embrace of tango. Or if electronic music is more your style, check out clubs like Crowbar or Rose Bar, where DJs spin until dawn. But the real magic of Buenos Aires nightlife happens on the streets, in the dimly lit bars and late-night cafes where locals gather to share stories, laughter, and maybe a bottle of Fernet and Coke. This is a city where the line between night and day blurs, where the party spills out onto the streets, and the energy is contagious. Listen, I'm not much of a shopper. Give me a good meal, a stiff drink, a conversation that goes late into the night. But even I can appreciate the siren song of Buenos Aires' shopping scene. Start your shopping adventure in San Telmo, where antique shops overflow with treasures from a bygone era. For a more contemporary shopping experience, head to Palermo Soho, Buenos Aires' answer to New York's Soho neighborhood. Here you'll find independent boutiques selling everything from designer clothing and handmade jewelry to locally made leather goods and home decor. Speaking of leather, no trip to Buenos Aires is complete without buying an authentic Argentine leather jacket. Head to the leather district in Villa Crespo, where you'll find countless shops selling jackets, bags, belts, and more, all made from the finest Argentine leather. Some of the best shopping in Buenos Aires can be found in its many markets, like the Feria de San Telmo on Sundays. Look, I'll be honest, when you think Buenos Aires, sprawling green spaces probably aren't the first thing that comes to mind. But even in this concrete jungle, pockets of tranquility exist, where you can escape the urban chaos and reconnect with nature. One such oasis is the Bosques de Palermo, a sprawling park on the edge of the city. For a taste of the Orient, head to the Japanese Garden, one of the largest Japanese gardens outside of Japan. If you're looking for something a little more off the beaten path, check out the Reserva Ecológica Costanera Sur, a nature reserve located on the waterfront. And for a truly unique experience, take a ferry across the Rio de la Plata to Tigre, a town located in the Parana Delta. So, the next time you need a break from the city's frenetic energy, remember that Buenos Aires has a surprising amount of green spaces to offer. You think you know football? You think you've felt the raw, unbridled passion of a stadium roaring as one? Friend, you haven't lived until you've experienced a football match in Buenos Aires. This city lives and breathes football, a love affair that runs deeper than any river, any tango. It's a religion, a way of life, a unifying force that transcends social barriers, political differences, and even common sense. Forget your sterile, corporate-sponsored stadiums. Here, the temples of football are hallowed grounds, steeped in history, echoing with the ghosts of legends. Step into La Bombonera, the home of Boca Juniors, and you'll understand. The stadium seems to pulsate with the heartbeats of thousands of fans, the stands a sea of blue and gold, the air thick with anticipation, with chants that shake you to the core. Or head across town to El Monumental, the home of River Plate, Boca's arch rivals. Any match, even in the smaller local leagues, is a spectacle, a display of skill, passion, and raw emotion that will leave you breathless. You can wander the grand avenues, get lost in the tango, gorge yourself on steak and Malbec, but you haven't truly experienced Buenos Aires until you've connected with its people, the porteños. Forget your preconceived notions of Latin temperament. The porteños are a breed apart. Proud, passionate, fiercely independent, they possess a warmth, a generosity of spirit that's as intoxicating as the city itself. Strike up a conversation at a cafe, share a mate in a park, and you'll find yourself welcomed into their world. There are people who embrace life's contradictions, who can tango all night and still make it to work the next morning. Listen to their stories, their struggles, their dreams, and you'll discover the true heart of Buenos Aires. That is 10 reasons why Buenos Aires should be more than just a pin on your travel map. It's a city that gets under your skin, that seduces you with its beauty, its chaos, its intoxicating blend of old-world charm and modern grit. This city will challenge you, excite you, frustrate you, and ultimately, leave you wanting more. You'll leave changed, with a newfound appreciation for the rhythm of tango, the taste of Malbec, and the warmth of the porteños. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book that ticket, and get ready to experience Buenos Aires, a city that will steal a piece of your heart and leave you forever yearning to return.